Hello, everyone, for this Saturday session. Today will be just a huge experiment, well, as usually experimenting. We're taking another Impressionist painter, Gustave Caillebotte Seaside. So lots of texture on the clouds, some waves on sea, and lots of things going on the hill. So our plan today is kind of just grabbing all the paints you have around, including oil pastels, and including sponge and palette knife, and we're gonna try create a mix of it all. And let's see what happens. So first, of course, we will anyway plan a little bit our composition. Not too hard. Basically, we need almost 2 lines. So then you need so where your heel starts. Yeah, I also like to mark first. Let's say if you use also tape around, then you can use the marks on the tape. So where your heel will start, where your heel will be ending, and then it's kind of easier to connect the line. So, okay, and if it feels too much, or you can also, of course, change. So I think, yeah, the sky is pretty much a lot. So maybe I'll do a little bit lower my heel, and then the horizontal line. So it's higher than the half. And then it's also nice. So we have the horizontal line, and then there is a little purple heel that I think gives a very nice touch. Yeah, and it's tiny, so always kind of make them smaller than your hand tends to do, because then it will look more far away. Check if you have enough space left for the sea. Somehow I also need to, my heel is, I'm making definitely heel smaller, otherwise also too much job on this, all those plants. And let's give more space to, yeah, I said it was gonna be quick and easy, but look how much erasing. And then I can maybe plan some of those waves. They're just cool. Okay, now I know what went wrong on my side. Of course, the proportions of the paper, what the painter had there, I have here the classical rectangular, but we will now make it. But also I'll make a little bit more sky. Oh, more sky, much better, I think. Yay. And okay, so I suggest we just put those base tones. So it will be grayish for the sky. Yeah, use lighter one. So I kind of have this gray, but I still will mix it with white. So we should remember that the main aim of Impressionists were to give the impression, yeah, the feeling. So we shall also think about it in our artwork. Yes, so impression of, so the sky is pretty much this cloudy, so maybe the rain is coming. Yeah, in the sea, you can also choose which one you like. Maybe you want to give it a bit more darker feeling or the opposite. Yeah, and so just kind of doing, I'm putting light gray. Yes, of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, because anyway, there is lots of stuff going on top, lots of clouds, lots of everything. So just as a base layer. Then cleaning your brush well. And let's go for the sea. So again, then I will take this turquoise blue, and I will also mix it with white, so it's lighter. The only thing maybe shall remember a little bit about this, there is part where the waves are already coming on the sand, so you can actually see the brown part of the sand. And actually we should include it, yeah, into this our brownish story. And again, remember always like just taking more white, less color in itself when you want this base, like very light color. Yeah, because in this case, when we're setting the first layer, we're using also the transparency of, transparency, like the whiteness of the paper. So if I have my paint light, and due to the water, if it's not too thick, it's diluted, then it's also transparent, and then we can get this light effect. Yeah. So actually, I will. So I'll keep this my mix, this light mix that I did with for the sea, and I will come back with it on top. When I do this brown story. And the brown story I will do with so some sienna. Yeah, but again, yeah, probably sienna, but again, very pale. Can be maybe even ochre. Let's just check which one fits nicer. Both are kind of. Yeah, and then it's always, of course, good to have different brushes. So like you keep one with paint you need, and so here, just again, lots of white, a little bit of sienna mixed white, can go transparent. And setting down. I'm gonna also, although with acrylics doesn't work well, like the paper towel, because it's acrylic already almost dry. Okay, I'll still will wait for it to dry, and then I come back with this watery thing on top. Meanwhile, I'll go and prepare my base color for my hill. And of course, the copper is here looking at me. It means the thing will be shiny. Why not? We make a little bit like these shiny things through. I mean, the hill is covered with all those these veggie things, all the plants. So shouldn't be shining too much through, but still, if it will. And copper, I'm not mixing white with white because yeah, let it be more. Yeah, maybe even not necessary to put the copper all around the hill, because maybe even actually some areas would be nice, maybe cleaner, but okay, a bit too late for me. But anyway, since we plan to use a little bit of oil pastels, I'm sure it will cover all. Okay, and I'll put just a little bit of this bluish purplish hue at the back, so just to have it kind of and I will use the Prussian blue, but also probably mixed with gray, or just sit this one first, but then when we do all the clouds, then we can also be Prussian blue to bluish. I want to be a bit more purplish. Okay, let's add a little bit of red to it. Yeah, much nicer. And of course, it's a very tiny thing there, so I don't really have place to. And if you zoom in this, the original painting, you'll see how actually fluffy this hue is there. I mean, from the point of view from the brush strokes, it's not just one perfect thin line. And yeah, later on top we get a little bit of grayish. Okay, I'm spending too much time on this. It's still not the moment. Right. So before my bluish is dry, I go back and put a little bit this on top. It's trying to put the effect that the water is over the sand. All right. What would be the next step? I'm in between clouds and the sea, but probably let's go for the clouds, just work from top to down. Yeah, just to avoid kind of all the hand. But anyway, yeah, the clouds also need several steps. So we do all these dark grayish, bluish, purplish story, and then we seed all those white parrots on top. I think I'll use the sponge. Somehow it feels it's going to be easier. I see current drying already something. Or what you're using there, current? She has a huge smile. Tempting my curiosity. Okay, but so to work with sponge, just prepare a bit more volume of paint. So here my grayish. So before I mix this grayish with white, but now I go just pure, and then let's see, just sitting. Like I think doing clouds with sponge is just the most logical thing ever. And it's easy, fast, and looks awesome. Instead of doing the brush story. Okay, I have my dark grayish clouds. Then it would be cool to add a little bit bluish, purplish. Actually, kind of similar the mix we had from where I tried to do the hill.
Sorry, just needed to do some drying.
Well, you were drying though already.
Might be just going off piste a bit, you know. So these bluish purplish strokes I'm sitting with brush, but then I can go again on top with sponge with gray, so just like blur them in. And a little bit of lighter of them. It can be too dark. Also, like if you sit the paint, let's say red and blue on your palette together, But then you kind of just halfly mix them in between to get your purple. But then still you can have like strokes a bit bluish or a bit reddish, and then can also look cool. Yeah, so look at those. Then let's come back to that window. Okay, they look a little bit apart, but I hope later when we add a little bit of white, it will look, I mean, it will look nicer. But okay, let's let it dry for now as it is. I will go to the sea. And the sea, so I will make, again, so before I used this color with white, I'm just taking this color pure and setting just this horizon story, like thicker and confident. And then of course can start adding other colors. So here I have this emerald green. Yeah, this can come already as a second layer, more. Ooh, this one is a bit too greenish. Yes, so remember you can set your paint either like just dry, thick, or just adding a bit more water. You can have it as oil, as watercolor. Maybe I'll add a little bit of light blue. So with these three, I'll play around my sea. Yeah, and also I'll wait till it's dry. Don't be impatient as I am. Okay, no more, no more. No more touches before it's dry. Easier to say than done. Nice. Now I should make a plan for this whole story of the heel. Okay, I think I'm grabbing my oil pastels. And I need to move a little bit. Oh, space. And yeah, and as usual, then first some maybe base colors of this a bit like mustard color. Maybe there is one. Yeah, this one is called olive. Let's try this one. Yeah, maybe even I'll grab parallel to this one and something a bit more yellowish. Okay, another one is brown. Oh, no, a bit brownish. Okay, yellow ochre, yes, is fine. Okay, so then it's more about strokes, like. Surprise! That's not that. Oh no, it is visible. It's probably actually from, since my copper is shiny, and actually depends from which side I'm looking, then it's either visible, not visible, the strokes, but hey, look. So just doing gray strokes. Yeah, and try to think a little bit like the direction. So probably the wind is from the sea, so the whole the grass, it's a little bit it's moving. And then straight away I'm taking a bit darker green for those shadowy parts. And of course, those stories, they need a bit time and patience to work them in, to fill up. So, but it's always good to be a little bit, let's say, simplify first, and then just have the area covered, more or less with the tones. I'm gonna be there, and then later, of course, always go to the details. Yeah, and also careful. So here at the bottom, it's much closer to us, so you can see all the whole lines of the grass. They are bigger, longer, so it's also to show that. So also, if you feel, let's see what yellow does. The lemon yellow. Yeah, so maybe here it's like this middle thing. And I feel it's a bit more shiny with yellow. Now it's already a bit bleeding. Yeah, so what happens when we have the base different color, like I did now copper, then of course each color of oil pastel reacts differently. And then it's always a surprise which one works nicely. Something like sometimes you don't expect, you put one color and it looks awesome. Yeah, so this base color, it changes. So you need to have it in account. I'm not sure what he has here in this white. Maybe I will change it a bit, because otherwise it's a bit unclear. Is it just this kind of bluish light? Well, I thought I'll try to change it a little bit, maybe to some like as if it's light sand or something. Otherwise, got too dark, too dark. So what happens if I come back with copper on top? Will the oil pastel agree on this or not? Yeah, actually nice. It can even work as a blending. Yay, putting so I put oil pastel in, and then I wasn't happy with this bluish. Now I go back with brush with copper, and hey, now it makes it's very nice blended. See, you never know if you don't try. Yeah, so doing all those these grace things, the clue is actually putting the shadows in between. So yeah, it's a must to have there really some dark lines of green. They can be even dark blue. Somewhere even can do some blackish, because yeah, then it shows this yeah, the light shadow and story. Here is some plant. Yeah, and again, I suggest just kind of work in the whole hill, because if you get into too much details in one corner, I mean, it's tiring. It's lots of stuff there going on. So just better go a little bit all together, then take a rest, go back to the clouds to see, then come back and do some more stuff. Okay, I'll try also, since I liked blending oil pastels with acrylics, why not try it again? So I go with, here I have some greenish. So I haven't seen if I go in between. I mean, I think it's doing something. It's cool.
Definitely doing something.
Nice, interesting. Yeah, and so it's also good to blur the line of the hill, the one at the back. So let's say the line of where the sea is ending, of course, can be like more straight, but actually it's good to blend in this hill with all the grounds here at the bottom. So it's a bit like unclear where it starts, where it begins. It will give the more feeling of that it's far away. Yeah, and it will not look as if it's just glued apart, like sitting there on top.
Okay, I'm getting tired of my clouds. Let's bring some whiteness in them. I will take white oil pastel, do all those circles, those yeah, and then again, then I will like to try maybe go and do a bit blending with the white acrylics. Why not? Today is the friendship day. All pastel with acrylics. Mm-hmm. Did you manage to watch this Kandinsky workshop? I was sending a link.
I didn't get time, I'm afraid.
Because I get time only to watch it half. So that I was curious. And now it's not available anymore. So
I think by the time I went, oh, let me watch this, it was already too late. And I do know that you said, you know, you need to watch it by, but
yeah.
Just like
I think in some way they do it good that like they set this limit, because otherwise you just but it could be a bit more,
yeah, you never watch it because you can always watch it, so it never kind of happens.
Yes. But still I liked very much the idea, and I think I'll experiment in school with putting music, and then so you can paint. Okay, I'm gonna comment a bit now of my white clouds, and then I'm gonna come back. Sorry. So I did these strokes with white pastel. Maybe we could do it more somewhere. But now, so I will try blend them with white oil pastel. Maybe I will not. Okay, I'll try white. Maybe I'll make it a little bit grayish. So then it's yay, nice. So white, almost white, a little bit, so it's not like too shiny white. And then if you look well in his sky, he has also a little bit of this grayish. Okay, I think I'll work with two brushes. One will be a bit more gray, and one will be this white. So then, and the finger actually is coming very nicely in hand. I know someone on the other side of the screen who likes using fingers. It's probably addictive, Karen. I did, and I wasn't wasn't getting messy before I met you.
Were you not? How can you not get messy? I have to have pet clothes I only paint in because I make such a mess of them.
I mean, I think that couldn't be a good motivation for parents if they want to give children painting lessons. For children, yeah, we can get messy. Parents won't get angry.
Yeah, that's true.
But the parents like, oh, who's doing all the cleaning? No, but then you have to explain. Cleaning, unfortunately, is the part of the of the job, unless you're, I don't know, rich painter and you have helpers. I mean, you know, like in ancient time, like Rembrandt, like he because he was already rich and famous while he was of course he had help. He had huge studio. He would get an order, and he would do so many parts, and the rest were doing painting the
bits he didn't want to paint.
Yeah, the things that it's just like, okay, others can do, and I don't have time for these, and so on. So
you fill in that bit. You make my paints and clean up after me.
Yeah. So here I had these classical sky blue, and I'm putting it now also a little bit underneath. So Then it kind of connects a little bit this clouds with the rest, the bottom, and it's actually looks a bit nice, like it's so nicer than. I honestly must admit I like this idea, the oil pastels and acrylics. It's
I haven't got that far yet. I'm still playing with my palette knives.
Okay, yeah. Now today I'm more about sponge and this cloudy tapping. So
Sponges are good.
it's good. Nice. I like it.
Your hill looks looking great. I love it.
My what?
Your hill.
Hill. Oh, thank you. It's still in process, but
I like it.
for sure. Okay, then also can like let a little bit rest and dry the clouds as well. So later just can sit a bit more brighter white parts. So then it's
Too much paint. Oh, too late. She says. Oh, goodness.
So continue just a little bit about this Kandinsky. So in general, he also wrote several books. He was studying a lot about the way to paint. So and like also his way, how he came to the abstract painting. Because in the end he said, okay, just objects, they bother me. And so exactly the just the lines and the colors. And he was also a huge fan of classical music. He I think Wagner was like one of his. So he would paint a lot what he listens. So, there is a huge topic in his books about dot. So like the dot is he would say it's both like the start and the end, or so like the line starts with a dot, and the line actually consists of lots of dots there, and in the end, for example, then he would say there are let's say 3 classical shapes: circle, triangle, and square, and it's just the like the path of the dot. So yeah, he would, and then he would talk about how big can dot be. It can be tiny, bigger, in which moment it comes like a circle, or so one of the tasks in this workshop was, so you listen, but then you just try painting with dots. Yeah, and then you have like smaller, bigger, and maybe they're going some up, going some down, and so yeah, dots. And
that's interesting.
And then there was also available one video of Kandinsky himself painting, and then the task was just kind of try to to repeat what he's doing, and he was doing already like some lines, some shapes, but just to feel this this idea. And yeah, and then unfortunately I didn't watch till the end, but I imagine maybe in the end it was more free task, like then you just go.
Why don't we do some Kandinsky?
Let's do it. Yes, I'm planning to prepare it for school. So
Yep.
maybe like in now I'll be back. I'll travel, then I'll be back. And once I prepare the school, of course, we can do the same. Yeah, then I'll just have. I mean, it's just to prepare the playlist and maybe some tasks. And cool. Yeah, that's.
I think that'd be good.
Mm,
That would be really good.
cool. Then agreed. Then.
When you're ready, just say condensed.
Yes. Then maybe I'll get some others participants, like our German team, maybe Julia. They'll get interested. I'm very curious what Julie is, and because I'm sure she's like creating. She's always also experimenting.
She does. Since I started, she's only been to maybe 2 or 3.
I think so. Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't recall that precisely, but. But it was also like we paint, and then she would have totally different painting.
Yeah, I kind of think that might be me today.
Well, it's kind of you every time. Okay, so placing these waves, it's just really about putting the texture. So more paint and like putting more texture, and then like the other side can just blur out with the finger, so it just goes out.
Been meaning to ask you about your holiday as well.
Say again?
Your holiday that you went on during half term?
Yes, so it was I spent just 1 week, and I went to Berlin and I went to Hamburg. Very nice trip. Yeah, the purpose was to meet my friend because she's on her last weeks of pregnancy, so it was kind of just to spend some time together. And then in Hamburg I also have friends that are they also paint, so we went a bit city sketching. Was a bit too little days, like, you know, first time flies, and just like, ooh. So I think I should invent some art projects in Berlin and just bring kids there. And yeah, but next week, not next week, tomorrow I'm flying to Spain.
Are you?
Yes, for 1 week.
You do get about.
And I asked for unpaid vacation.
Yeah.
So they just kind of said, just let me go. And it's I'm participating also. It's Erasmus project, and there'll be participants from different countries. So Latvia also gets like 4 spots, and then.
So what do you do on the Erasmus project?
Yeah, so this project, so the organizers are from Spain, and they choose the topic resilience.
Yeah,
so,
resilience.
So basically it will be yoga, meditation, they will teach you how to deal with stress, and you know, in different maybe situations. And I'll actually also apply that I'll conduct a workshop on painting with sand, with colorful sand.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And it's something I do. Then of course it has to be presence, because then I have all the colorful sand.
Yeah.
And it's very meditative, because then you have a cardboard, you have like some mandala drawing there. And then you have many, like pots with colorful sand, and then you just grab with this little cone, And from the other side of cone, it's just pure ink. And then you just paint with this colorful sand. Very meditating, because like I think this process of sand being like pure, it's like very relaxing, and it gets very colorful. And then you can just, like at start, maybe you follow the lines of this mandala, but in the end you can invent your ones. And yeah, and it's very interesting also to see how people go. Like some people start from the middle and they start growing it. Some others like just take and draw like a huge circle around, and then they start working inside. I mean, if someone interested in the psychological way, can. But also, for example, you can do both. Either you set yourself a question, maybe some issue you're worried about, some answer you're looking for, and then you paint mandala on thinking about it. Actually, like, because I found out about it, I went also to workshop like this, and then I learned how to paint this, the sand. Very easy to paint the sand. And actually also I placed a question for myself, and then I did this mandala task, and then kind of the answer comes to you.
Yeah.
And or you can just think about nothing and just enjoy the silence of your mind. And so
isn't it is it a Japanese thing originally?
No idea. No idea where it historically comes.
I think actually it's not. Yeah, I think it's Buddhist tradition. Do sand painting?
Yes,
meditation.
So totally right. Why? Also because then in the end, sometimes people ask, "Oh, and how I'm gonna like bring it? How I'm gonna like stick sand to the paper?" And I said, "Well, you're not. Like you need to destroy it in the end." And this is also a cool part. Yeah. So then it's kind of not being attached. So you learn of letting go. And actually also, if, for example, you were setting some maybe, like negative issues or maybe some problem, then actually it's nice to, just like, you've solved it in your head, and then you just kind of put it all in the garbage.
Yeah.
And yes, I also did it. I brought the colorful sand also to school for the older kids. And then I showed him also a bit presentation of the Buddhism and how they do it. And they did it like huge, complicated, many people working on it, no idea how many days and so on. And then in one day, they just wipe it all out. Very good learning.
Yeah.
To be attached.
That must be the most difficult bit, is actually just wiping it away afterwards.
But it depends. For example, I also like I said it to kids, but okay, maybe it also depends how much effort you put in or something. But I think maybe in the start, but then you kind of feel better, or I don't know. But also maybe if from the start you already know that you will need to give it away, like break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if maybe you don't know it, and then you're being told like, okay, now workshop is finished, put everything to the garbage, and you're like, huh, what? Yeah, I don't know, depends on character, of course, like people. But yeah, and when I went, so it was like adults and all different. We were all like you don't know people. And it was also interesting, like some people would choose only maybe just brownish colors, or maybe something like more ground earth related. Yeah. And some people would have like the opposite, just like very bright and so totally different. How's your seascape?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Keeping me intrigued.
It doesn't look, it's kind of, how is it we say after? I can't even pronounce his name. How's his name pronounced? Caillebotte?
The painter?
Yeah, painter.
Gustave Caillebotte or Caillebotte. I'm also not French.
Anyway, let's say after Caillebotte rather than being a copy of his painting.
That's actually what should be the purpose, no?
And I've been trying out my palette knives after last week. Great joy in playing with playing with my palette knives last weekend. And of course, I'm nowhere near finishing.
Of course.
I might finish this one though. I do. I kind of.
I mean, I'm not finished. I'm going back to the hill yet, so.
Well, I'm still on the hill.
Sounds interesting. I remember I am still on the hill. Calm down, not up.
And I still want to do what you've done as well and go back in once it's dry and maybe put in some oil pastel.
Yeah, so he has like huge whitenings on his clouds. They're shining.
Right.
And mine ones are not shining yet, but I think I know the trick. It's just he had this looks a little bit like even this sienna color around it. So I'm gonna try to put it up.
I think my skies are a bit stormy.
Yeah. But stormy sky looks nice.
Yes. There it is. Hiding. I really should have cleared more space on this table before I started.
Yeah.
One of those. Do you have that metallic set of Sennelier?
No, I don't have.
Because one of them is a metallic white. And I think that might make shiny clouds.
Yes. Okay, go back to the.
Hmm. Are you laughing at my noises?
Yes. Palette knife in action.
Absolutely. Messy.
Now I'm thinking, shall I have someone in the sea?
Oh yes. Honest, I was going to say not enough wind for surf.
I mean, when I was painting heel, I was actually putting my dress and trying to put a bit like in a windy direction. And there are ways to kite in a light wind as well.
Yes.
You just take bigger kites, and yeah, there are other some tricks and.
Put in a massive kite then.
Or I put a small kite, just telling it's far away, but it's massive when it's. Yeah.
What is the time?
Good question. So we are painting now already for let's say 1 hour.
Okay.
and something, because we were chatting a lot, so maybe 1 hour and 10 minutes, maybe. So I say, yeah, another half an hour for sure we can, I mean, or just so it feels more or less finished.
Well, the bottom of my hill is almost finished. I'm going to have to stop because I can't work into the wet. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop my hill a minute and go and do a bit of sea. Having said that, I would like to keep going on here. Well, my hill's quite yellow at the top. Yeah, I think my downside grasses need to dry.
What's your way to paint? It's more like doing one thing going to another, or jumping around painting? Or it depends.
Yeah, I don't know that I have one.
But actually, I mean, it can depend on the topic. Like which.
Yes, probably jumping around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to share my grass with you.
Yes. I'll be happy to see it.
I think it probably needs another layer, but it's a start. You'll love this because it's so colourful. There you go.
Yes, just a second. Whoa! This comes a very nice surprise. Okay, my phone. Oh, so everyone, anyone who's watching, take a look. This is one of a hill, huh? Yeah, now I see what was those sounds were. Yay, love it, huh? So powerful. Happy to see it in the context of everything else. Like, yeah. would you make everything else then calmer? Your sky should be like maybe dark but more plain, maybe, you know.
Which is what it is at the moment. It's much darker and not as wild. But I get what you're saying, that if I do it all in at the same intensity, then it's just going to be
just a bunch of
just a bunch of marks, yes, which is okay.
Very, it's Karen, you're an expressionist, you know, like you know, this movement of yeah, so or would you consider yourself more like closer to other?
I think I'm still finding my voice.
No, that's definitely, but I mean among.
But probably you're right. That more.
I don't know. If you say okay, we have like more. So this one we're painting now is like, let's say maybe impressionist. Then we have Van Gogh, that is like post-impressionism. Then we have Matisse that has more of these plain colors, and then shapes are more like just plain. And then comes all the modernism, yeah, of like Cubism, Picasso, and towards abstract art. And there in between, it's like this expressionism. Your one is just happy. Because like in general, I associate expressionism with a bit more something negative. Because it was all a bit during Second World War, and you know, all these like negative moments. So of course artists were reacting in And then the paintings there sometimes a bit more like depressive, scary, and so on.
Happy art, yes.
But you're one happy expressionist.
Maybe I could start a new movement, the happy expressionists.
Yep.
My thing is, and when I did the course at Newlyn last year, the tutor said to me, you know, you very obviously like paint, like and color, and that's it. I like paint and I like color, and I think everything I do probably stems from that.
I see.
Just take joy in putting paint on paper.
Okay, I need to give some sweet accents to my heel. The other day I was thinking, it's such a joy, like you do art, and it's like I think there is no ceiling. It's like you can experiment forever and so much stuff to do, and this is like, can you keep on moving till all the years, so no, it's I think, like, I don't know, it gives me like good motivation. It's like so interesting, and yes. You can choose different styles, different materials. Yeah, you can paint on the walls. So many, and now I'm very interested to dig into artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked last time about it also. So just need to get my hands on it.
That's something that don't kind of hanker after doing. And like, well, probably because I like to get my hands on paint.
But just like find a way to use it on your benefit, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, anyway, it's coming. So you're either in the game or you're out.
Yeah.
Because I was playing a little bit with this chatbot.
Yeah.
He's so kind, answering all my questions. And I mean, I still don't like, and there is somehow you can train him and so on. I mean, I still haven't. But I think I told you I've signed up. There will be in England. There is this workshop on artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I've signed up, so hope that I learn a bit more and can.
See, I have a department at work. I say department. The department is 2 people. Who that's their focus is kind of how museums engage with AI.
Yep.
And how they can use that to share really and engage and work with, you know, people.
And is there a way, like, is it public? Can I read their research, their results, or it's like the research for internal purposes?
I don't think there's anything published. If there is, it will be on film.
Okay.
I will ask next time I'm in the office with one of them. I'll ask them how they're sharing.
I mean, if they are, because it could be, of course. Because all information is costs money.
Oh no, it'll be free if it's being shared, but it might be more that we're working with specific museums and they're the ones doing the sharing.
Okay, yeah.
Do you sing?
I mean, only something like doodling, like yeah, you know, but no, not in not any professional way. Or do you?
Well, I like to sing, but other people are not quite so keen on it.
But I find myself sometimes, yeah, just like, but it's actually not even a song, and like not something. It's just like doodling some melody, but it's kind of invented one, so just some noises.
I like it though.
Yeah, it's relaxing. It's like sometimes when I go to these long hikes, then you know, find myself like, it's the moment of the truth. I'm putting the kite in there.
I'm just going to, oh, I might get away with it. I was going to say I have to dry my, yeah, I'm just going to have to dry a bit.
So I need to choose the color. Which color would it be? Maybe it will be also greenish blue. Oh.
And here is one kiter in the water.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's lovely. Like that. And I love that blue plant in the foreground.
Ah, this one, the central one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not me. That's the French painter.
No, yours looks different. I like yours. I prefer yours.
Okay, thank
Yours
you.
looks like it's got flowers.
Now the question is, do I want to stay alone in the water, or shall I add a friend of mine? Because kiting solo is not that fun.
Is it not?
It's more fun sharing, like because it's like full of emotions. So you get out of the water.
Yeah.
Because I kite sometimes alone. And it's like, okay, you arrive and like no one out.
It's safer to kite with other people.
Also, definitely much safer. And I must admit, it's also different. Let's say when you just go and there are other kiters, like that's also pretty much, of course, safer, and in general, kite community, all friendly, all help out.
Yeah.
But still, it's a huge difference when you go and you kite, like, let's say, with your kite partner.
Yeah.
Because then you know you each other, you are you take a look, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add my kite. Well, my friend actually does windsurf, so I just forgot what color is his. Yeah, it was blue, it's right, it's something. Okay,
Hear the blackbirds shouting.
I don't hear.
It's probably not loud enough.
Mm-hmm.
They are outside and I am inside.
Yeah.
I like that. Makes me smile hearing the birds.
Totally, always, yeah.
Because I'm next to the railway line, there's trees down the side of me, down the side of my house. So lots and lots of birds.
Cool. I know someone from our art group who would like to go and take pictures.
Yeah, he would. I did have a sparrowhawk in the garden one day that was taken a pigeon. And actually I saw probably the same sparrowhawk take a sparrow above the garage one day when I was on my way home. It was a good job I saw the sparrowhawk with the pigeon though, otherwise I'd have blamed the cat.
Oh, Karen has a modern technology for the phone holder.
Oh yeah, darling sweetie, love it. Not to be Insta ready and all that.
Well, it's a first step, come on. But it means you can also conduct lessons. You have this holder, you just place the camera and then just let other people see your table and...
Except I'm too short. Oh. Been sitting down for too long as well.
Yeah. Time to take also a little break.
Right, I hope you're ready for this.
Yeah. Well, you are ready?
Well, it's not finished, but you know, I'm probably going to have to stop and give it some time to dry. And I want to come back with with my oil pastels, but not until it's dry. I sent that to you. I didn't send it.
No, you did. Ah, okay. Very expressionists.
Oh.
I would unite a little bit, maybe more the clouds, so maybe like it's one bigger, like, or something. No,
Modify the clouds.
maybe like have one bigger that is like going on like or something. Because now it feels like there are like more, of course, those whitey ones, but like just white, maybe. Of course, like it's going back to realism. Yeah, just have it maybe a bit more just underneath, but
yeah,
just go with these exactly with oil pastels would be cool. Just kind of unite one big dark shape.
Yeah,
so the white can stay separate, but then there is one darker, because now the upper and the bottom part, they look the same of this grayish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, like let's say upper make maybe a bit different.
Yeah.
And then it covers whole.
Yeah, make it. Yeah.
This is cool. This is yeah, nice. And like how your orange shines, no, on the hill.
Yeah. It looks completely different seeing it as a photograph on your screen.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, because what you lose is all the texture.
That's true. Yes, the texture should be also felt, of course. That's why it's always good to go and see artworks live and not only on a screen. No?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, cool one. Very. Yeah, I'll call now Karen expressionist Karen.
Well, that's very polite of you.
No, but it's really cool, very inspiring the image. All righty, I'm indecisive to add one more kite or not. I'll think, because in a composition way, I like that maybe it's solo, but in a psychological way, I want to add a friend.
Compositionally, it is the focus of the picture, and it does draw you in. And you're right that a second one.
Yeah, but second one wouldn't be the kiter. Second one would be here would be a little triangle, because then it will be the windsurf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe they look together. Maybe if I place him a bit closer, then it's just like two of them, but it will be different. Yeah.
See, maybe if you put somebody standing on the shore watching.
Ah, yes. Karen, you're full of good ideas.
And then it would be smaller, even though the kite surfer would be a different shape, or windsurfer would be a different shape.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so like here would be a little person with going with his well into the water. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on it. After the break.
After the break, yeah. Like me, I'll work on it probably tomorrow when it's dry.
Yeah. But thank you, Karen, for this choice. I really enjoy this sea view. It's very
well. You were the one that narrowed it down, so yeah, and I really enjoyed it as well.
Cool, and awesome experiment, oil pastels with acrylics, which will continue.
I like the way when you have acrylics as a base for oil pastels, it's smooth enough that the acrylics move across it. The oil pastels move across the acrylics really easily.
Yes, but I must admit I also liked then going again. So first I had this base, then I went oil pastels, and then I came back with my brush for this the same copper, and I like went around, and it made to blur in a bit.
I'll try that.
Yeah, that's looking forward.
All right, I'll share.
Okay, Karen,
thanks
for this session. Yeah, bye-bye. Yay, nice one. We have this card.
result. Makes me want to go into the water. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Hope it was helpful. See you next time.